I look skinny.
Yeah,
look
you
at
do.
that. What's up? Baby diet. There are a lot of concerns about our rabbit setup. A lot of people worried that our bunnies are all gonna die. We're gonna talk to you in this video about why we are raising the rabbits the way we are and how things are going.
Whoa, Americanas, finally!
I know. Is that a W? Or it might be one of the blueberries.
Hey, get out of there.
I don't think blueberries are blue eggers. Let's see, Bud Shelf, what you got this morning?
How many eggs? We can make bunches of brown ones.
Here, make sure you can
A
see.
triple, double, duper, rooper pack. I can't.
What do you guys got there this morning? Nice. Look at those. Finally, what's it been like?
Very few eggs a day. We haven't really gotten any. We've gotten maybe like two a day. Yeah.
Spring is coming. Go for it.
We are new to raising meat rabbits. And initially when we started getting set up for them, we got a lot of the cages out that we have here. But upon doing a little further research, we settled on the decision that we were going to raise our rabbits in a colony instead of cages. A colony. I don't know what you want me to do.
A colony is.
A colony.
No, it's gay. Let's talk about colonies.
Colony raising rabbits is something that's kind of become more popular over in Europe or New Zealand, Australia, and it's starting to take hold more in the States now, because what you're doing is instead of keeping your rabbits in cages, you're keeping them in a larger area. What it is, it's just mimicking how the rabbits naturally live, because all of our domesticated rabbits are descended from the European rabbits, which naturally live in family groups. That's different than the American hare, who is a more solitary rabbit.
These are American rabbits. We mentioned the breed before, but they're actually originally called
Vienna Blue?
Vienna Blue. I was going to say Munich Blue. Vienna Blues.
Or Blue Vienna.
Blue Viennas. We'll Google it and we'll put it on the screen. They were called a different name, but when the World War II, it was a long time ago when I read this fact. A world war broke out. People weren't really thrilled over here in the States with the Germans. These rabbits got a new name, and they're hiding from me right now. They're in there.
Because they're not.
They're not.
Used to you. We're the kids.
Get your sisters. They'll come out and see your sisters.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm just like a dude lounging in a bunch of rabbit turds.
It is pretty.
How's it going? This is my farmer's only profile pic. Open all the way. That's great. I mean, it's right there. And then this we'll do the hay thing for, right?
Like fill it with hay?
Yeah. So we could just let the hay instead of having a bunch of poop. Are you done cleaning it out, babe? Or? Sure.
So a colony is mimicking what the rabbits choose to do in the wild, live together in a family group. And we always caution, oh, you just hate when I talk to the camera. We always caution against, we are not nature when we're farming, when we're homesteading. But to the extent that we can, that it works out for us, for the well-being of the animals, it's nice to be able to mimic what they do in nature, which is what a colony is doing.
Let's get our water pan
You're big.
filled.
That
Honey,
was-
can you get the water pan filled and then we'll put it back there? It's right there. If you're setting up a rabbit colony, we were new to this. We found a really good ebook, PDF. What was it?
Oh, it's a book.
Book.
I can let you read.
We'll have a link below. It's called Raising Rabbits in a Colony. And it talked about all the essentials, everything you're gonna have to consider if you're gonna try to do this. Like everything in farming and agriculture, there are pros and cons to both. So there are definitely reasons why you would choose to raise rabbits in a cage versus in a colony, or vice versa. It all depends on what you decide is more important and what is less important. So for us, we like the hands-off approach of a colony. It's very hands-off. You let the rabbits do what's natural. Now to do that, they need more space. And what this book suggested was 10 square feet per adult rabbit in your colony. So we set up an indoor colony. We have plenty of space in here to match that requirement for our 2 rabbits. And as the litter grows, we have more stalls we can utilize if we are going to be keeping more rabbits in our colony. One of the things that the book suggested is if you are going to raise rabbits in a colony, you find rabbits that are already used to colony living and a breed that it works well for. We could not find any nearby that were being raised in a colony, so we just kind of found one that seemed more domesticated, more used to being around people, a little more tame, and we figured we'd give it a shot. And our idea with breeding these rabbits was if they turned out to be a good fit for the colony, they would get to breed and keep on breeding, and if they didn't, well then they'd go in the freezer and we'd try another pair of rabbits. So how are they doing in this colony? Are they thriving? Are they succeeding? Has the buck eaten all the baby rabbits?
Are there baby rabbits?
Are there baby rabbits? Has the buck eaten them all yet? Let's take a peek at the colony and see how things are going.
So there's bedding over there. Rosie did. A few days ago found Daddy and my brother were doing the barn and they found this nesting.
Donald packed up. Donald feed the rabbits and pack them.
Gonna feed the rabbits and play with them? Whose job is that?
Mine.
Yeah, there they are.
Idea?
Sure. What is that?
Signs of nesting.
Where?
Well,
There.
That is a very good sign. That is a sign that maybe, just maybe, some little bunnies are on the way. We haven't seen any sign of nesting yet. Rosie hasn't been nesting, but that surefire sign of nesting.
This way.
That's
Look at all
good.
the
I'm gonna sneak in here a little bit.
What is it?
Just take a peek. Oh, that's good. Oh, there's bunnies. There's bunnies in there. There's little bunnies. Okay, so there we go. Little baby bunnies hopping around. They look very healthy. Very good. That's awesome. You had to come out, didn't you?
I had to.
Oh man, what is that? We set up this colony with little hoppet houses in the back there and a little spot where they could nest. We found these ideas looking through the different books and videos of people doing rabbits in a colony. Turns out Rosie didn't want to use either of those as a nest. We piled this place full of hay and she burrowed like rabbits like to do. One of the things you want to make sure if you're raising rabbits in a colony is they have a way to either make burrows or maybe you make artificial ones for them. She went and burrowed right in the hay right there, and there is a nest full of little rabbits. Let's go take a peek. All right, hold on, baby. Let me see, lighting wise.
Let's see the babies.
good for us. Keep us from fighting. A lot of fake smiling.
That's true. I'll give you lots of looks, that's for sure.
Joanna. Oh, that's a bummer.
Let's keep smiling.
Like that. And then one there.
Yeah.
We could talk about this, the litter box. The litter box method has, that was something we saw a lot of comments on early on, set up a litter box for them. That's working really good. A lot of people said put the litter box right where the water and the food is. And we've been modifying it each week, and it's getting better at catching all the poop. So what we've done now is we have these litter boxes with a layer of wood pellets to absorb the moisture, but on top I have hay. And the reason for that is so we can take all the poopy hay and bring that to our raised beds, because you can directly apply rabbit manure to your gardens. Instead of having it be all wood pellets, I don't want that much wood going into my raised beds or my gardens, so the wood layers on the bottom to absorb the moisture. So the poop and the hay will go on the raised beds, good winter cover, and below it will be all the wood pellets.
We're 5 weeks into our colony, and we've got our first litter of babies.
It sounds so much cooler to call it a colony.
It does,
It's like,
it sounds
you're
fun.
a colonization.
Just making sure it's called a litter. Yes, it is called a litter.
Not a
Trying to keep
kindle.
all my terms correct.
There's a lot of terms.
One of the other concerns a lot of people had was, will the buck eat the babies?
There were a lot of comments. Oh yeah, this is like an Ask Homesteady. Is this the first Ask Homesteady back? Yes, it is now. Roll the tape. We're gonna start doing that again. Okay, sorry. There were a lot of comments. People were like, the buck is gonna cannibalize the babies. He's gonna kill the babies. The female is going to neuter the buck because she doesn't want him near her rebreeding. So there was a lot of concern about the health and welfare.
The goal of the colony is the rabbits like it. They're happy as a colony, as a family unit. It's what they've been doing for hundreds and hundreds of years. The other thing is to be very hands-off about it. So we said we're going to be hands-off about this. We're just going to let them. They've been getting along the whole time they're in here. They haven't been fighting. So let's give it a shot and see. After she has the baby, we're just going to leave Sam in there, just with the faith that rabbits will not eat other rabbits, because then how else will rabbits survive as a species?
Now, if they were in a small cage, there would be a higher chance that they should not be together. There's less space is not the natural amount of space a rabbit wants, so it's going to be more likely that either the female would claw and neuter or hurt the male, or the male would cannibalize the little rabbits. What do you call them? Bunny?
Kits.
Foo-foos? The kits. So, I'm an expert. I read about this
I'm
yesterday.
an expert.
This is the thing, this is new for us, but we've decided going into rabbits, we wanted to try this very hands-off approach. We have a lot of other things going on in the homestead, and if one thing could just kind of take itself and run.
And right, be more hands-off.
And this was like a very low-risk one. If something
Right.
went wrong,
As
we
far as
could
investment.
eat both of them, and investment-wise, it was a very low investment. We could replace them.
Right.
Good news is, nothing's gone wrong.
So far, it's gone really
It's
well.
gone really good. These are not newborn kits.
Kits, no, they're
5 days,
5 days
old now.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I found them in the barn. That was such a fun surprise. We never saw the two breed. We
No.
just left them together the whole time. Again, this is the way you manage a colony. It's very different from cages. And if it's very different from what you're used to, that's okay. It's okay to do things differently. Like I said, there are pros to doing the cage thing. We're not knocking the cage as an option if that's what you, or a hutch. We're not knocking that. It's just not what we decided was best fit for our homestead.
Another concern is that he'll breed the doe back right away, and will it not be healthy for her to keep having babies? This was an interesting clip that you actually highlighted because you wanted to read it.
Yeah. Should I read it?
Yeah. Both these paragraphs.
Okay,
are
so
good.
this is from the book that we read about keeping does and bucks together.
Colony raising rabbits.
You can run the bucks in with the does all the time. After the initial baby boom, they do slow down, and the does will control the mating. You will find they settle into a natural rhythm. They will have more babies in spring and autumn/fall, and fewer babies in the heat of summer and cold of winter. This is the method we have chosen to follow. I prefer to keep our rabbit colony as hands-off and as natural as possible for the rabbits. This is less work for us and less stress on the bunnies.
This next paragraph I really liked.
This paragraph
Yeah,
says,
this is my personal favorite paragraph.
please don't anthropomorphize, did I say that word right? That's a long one. The rabbits, as long as they are in good shape and good health, they do not need a break from breeding. Rabbits are built to reproduce. Many does become nasty when they are not actively pregnant or raising a litter.
This really resonated with me, this book.
Why? Because when you're pregnant, you become nasty?
And when I'm not pregnant, I become nasty, is what it said.
Oh, is that what it said? I
Yes.
better go back and check my
If they don't have
facts here.
babies or pregnant, then they become
Oh, no.
nasty. So, hands off, a happy little colony. I like that. I like the idea of that. So far, it's working out well for us.
Yeah, it might not. Things could go wrong. We might come out tomorrow and find the buck having a barbecue. But I don't think that's gonna. At this point, everything seems really good, and we really like this method. And you could try it out, and it could fail miserably, or it could succeed. It's always. I was talking to somebody about livestock today that were looking to purchase Cliffhanger, and he said, "How much of a gambling man are you?" And I said, "I'm not much of a gambler." He
You
says,
love poker, though.
"Well, I do like playing poker," but I said, "I'm not much of a gambler." He says, "Well, livestock are always a gamble."
Ooh.
And this is a guy who's had livestock longer than me, got a lot of experience, and I felt like, you know what, he's right about that. You're always taking a risk. Anytime you take an animal from the outside world and pull it onto your homestead, there is some risk. Not everything is going to work out perfectly, and that's not what we're saying about colony raising rabbits. What we are saying is it's an option.
Yes, and as far as the livestock we've had so far, they've done the best with the least amount of work. How's that? All right, we're done?
Yeah.
Do you have to do any shopping on Amazon? Consider using our affiliate link here or typing in Homesteady.com before you do any Amazon shopping. We earn a small commission for sending you there, but it doesn't cost you a penny extra. Thank you for your support.